Your mad scientist here at Coil Customs. So over the last couple of days I've done some work, and over all my lives I've done work, and I feel that because of things that have happened in recent times I need to do a disclaimer, and I shall do this disclaimer every live that I do. So the disclaimer goes: when you send your woofer in here for repairs, the speaker is not repaired using vibranium, it's not repaired using adamantium, it is repaired using normal copper wire. When you send your speakers in for repairs, you will get a report from me to let you know what the cause was of the breakage. So I'll tell you whether your speaker was broken because of the box being small or too big, or playing out of frequency, or too little power, in terms of your battery not feeding enough to the amplifier, causing clipping. All of this information will be given to you when you bring your woofers in for repairs. Now, that being said, when your speaker breaks again because none of the above you have corrected, the speaker will definitely break again, because doing a repair on your speaker does not guarantee that the speaker will last again forever. So to think that when you send your speakers in for repairs that all of a sudden the speaker is going to be able to take 10 times more power, last 5 more years than what it normally was going to last, that is just Tululu. And you should run for president of Tulululand. Now, that being said, disclaimer is, when your woofer comes in for repairs, it will be repaired. I have shown on all of my lives that the speaker comes in for repairs. I open it up on the live, I show what the process is, I show how it's broken, I explain what broke it, and that basically is for me to cover myself from customers who say that I have repaired their speakers and the speaker hasn't lasted longer than a day. Now obviously there is no company out there that is going to guarantee your speaker. When you go to any store and buy a speaker, there is a warranty that they'll tell you that you bring the speaker in, they will see what the process was. If for instance there is the glue maybe came loose, fine, my fault, I'll fix the speaker then. If also how the glue came loose, I will check all of those things. There are factors that I will look at and I will say, look man, this looks like it's my fault, and I will fix it. But if the speaker has been broken the same way it broke the first time you brought it to me, then I am sorry. You will have to pay for the repair once again. If you have a problem with paying for the repair again, no issues. I will not do the repair on the speaker. I will close it up the way I found it. Obviously it'll be loose now. I'm not going to put glue on it because that's a cost to me, and I'm not adding more cost to myself. So I will put the speaker back. You can come in, collect your speaker, take your money, and you can bounce. If you dropped your speaker and you haven't paid the money, fine, come and collect your speaker and go. If you have an issue with the repair and you do not want me to do the repair because it broke within a day or a minute or an hour or whatever case may be, and you leave your speaker here, and once you've left your speaker here, you have exactly 3 weeks, 3 weke, 3 wenalapalo weeks to come and collect your speaker from me. If you do not collect your speaker within 3 weeks, I will coil it, I will fix it, I will sell it for the price it costs to repair. Because I am not going to keep stuff here as a storage unit for you. You need to contact me and let me know what the issue is, why you have not collected your speaker, and so forth. But if you're just leaving the speaker here and there's no arrangements made with me, I will fix it and I will sell it to cover my cost. I am not keeping speakers here for people and for whatever reasons. This here is not a storage unit, and if it was a storage unit, you would not be able to afford the storage fees because storage units charge monthly. I've got a few speakers here that's been laying here for some time. The customers hasn't let me know. I've sent them messages today. I'm waiting on replies. Okay, that is my disclaimer, and it seems like I'm going to have to do this disclaimer every single live before I start, because I want to have it on record where I have mentioned this and it's on my live, because all my lives go onto my YouTube channel. Now, just as much as my work gets shown on YouTube, and anybody who says, well, I did shit work on the speakers, we can ask what speaker it is. We can go to YouTube and go and have a look and see where the video of the speaker that I repaired, your speaker, is. We will go and watch that video and we will see what was done to it. You yourself, before you come make claims that I worked shit on your speaker, you can go to the YouTube channel, go check the videos out there and have a look and see everything is 100%. If it's not 100% to your liking, no problem. You need to sort your life out. But I cannot be spending money, and it's not so much the money that's the issue for me, it's the time. Because you see, we can take money and I can replace the glues that I use. I can replace the wires that I use. I cannot replace the time. And if I have to spend time here busy fixing your speakers, and you can make the argument, well, I paid you to fix it. 100% yes, you have. But if you've got an issue with my repair, then please, by all means, get into contact with me. Come and fetch your speaker. I'll give you your money back and you can be on your merry way. When also, just a disclaimer, when you make that claim of me not having fixed your speaker to your liking and you are coming to collect it, I will make sure that I am videoing that interaction of you collecting your speaker, me giving you the money back, and you being on your merry way. Because I don't want to have issues with people coming and dropping off their speakers here and then the speakers don't work, or the speakers working and it worked a day or a week or a month or a minute or two, and then people have issues with it. Because I can't understand why, as a repair person, when you repair a speaker, like I show you guys, there is damage on the speaker. The wire is black, the wire is off the former, it's stuck in the magnet. You see me go through the whole process of taking out all of the speakers, the wires and everything, putting on new wire, putting on new glue, baking the thing, gluing the whole system back together again, testing it here in the house, then giving it back to the customer. If it plays a minute in your car and it breaks, something is definitely wrong on your side. You cannot come to me and say, my guy, you need to fix this thing again and I'm not paying you for it. That is not how it works. When you broke this thing, why didn't you take it back to wherever you bought it and say, well, I had this thing, it played for a month and it broke, I need a new speaker. You don't do that, because from day one they tell you, once you've bought the speaker, abahambe, done, it's finished and clear. So I have said this, and I do say this to the customers when they bring their speakers in, but it seems like I need to have it on record, because I've had a customer for the Targa Triple X that told me the speaker hasn't even played for a month and it broke again, and the repair that I did is the parts that broke on the speaker. The entire speaker was burnt. I've showed it on the live that it broke, and the beauty of it is I've got photos and pictures and videos of the speaker of where it burnt, and I went back to the YouTube channel to go and see the video of that thing. It burnt exactly the same way it burnt the first time. After the first time, I told him the box he has it in is incorrect. That thing doesn't have no breathing space. He's going to break the speaker again. He said it's fine for now. He's going to build another box and so forth and so forth. Nothing of that happened. because the sub went back into the box and clap. So now you want me to fix the speaker again, and I mustn't do anything. I mustn't get paid for it. I'm very sorry. The speaker will lay here. I sent him a message, I think at about 4:30 this afternoon, informing him that the speaker is done. He owes me 850 Rand. If he does not collect the speaker at the end of the month, which is a very long time from now, then I will sell the speaker. And I have plenty people that's asking for the speaker. They'll buy it from me. They'll send me money now. If I say for sale, watch your bank details. I've already answered all of those. So as of today, this will be my disclaimer on every single live, because I need it to be on record that I have told people. And if you go and watch my videos on YouTube, you will get this disclaimer every single time you watch the YouTube. Now maybe you'll watch the first one and then you'll skip the rest of them, but it has to be done on every single live, because I cannot be dealing with this. It's a headache, and I don't understand why I'm being held to an Avengers standard. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, the thing is, it costs a lot, bruh. It costs a lot. This glue of mine is a hell of a lot. To keep all of the other things, it costs quite a lot of money to. But again, it's for me. It's not about the money. I could be sitting and play with my daughter. So that's the whole thing for me. Is that you wasted my time. So you will pay me for that time that you wasted. How's it, family? Two 10-inch Targas will be 550 each. Yeah, Sharon, you know what? I know people must understand it's a business, but a lot of times people don't really care that it's a business. For them, it's I paid you for the service and I didn't get the service. I don't exactly know how they do. That's why when people are asking me to do subs for them, and I find out that they do competitions, I tell them straight from the offset, boss, I can recoil your sub while I get more dBs. Hey man, you need to change some stuff. This is the reason why your speaker broke. There wasn't enough battery power, and the box is, you probably off frequency on the box. You need to make sure that the box Hakim, not yet. Who's this now? Do I use shampoo on my beard? Bruh, hey, that's what a question, eh? I don't use shampoo, but I use conditioner on it, and I use the beard oil on my beard. Yeah, so that's basically it, guys. The woofer, if he doesn't pick it up by the end of the month, is a Targa Triple X 15-inch. It is not that ones, those are the 12s. Those are 12s. It's this Targa Triple X 15-inch 4D. Like I say, the customer that has requested me, it's a dual 4. I see, me, I'm a dude that if he comes with his cock and gives me long stories and long stories, hey my guy, you know what, me, I'll sell the sub. If he says yeah, sell it, no problem, I don't want it anymore, which I know he won't say, because he is a taxi and he needs the sub to play. Darren, I would say you should get yourself 1,600 RMS monoblock, because if the subs are 800 RMS, you'd want to give them, actually I would say get yourself a 2,000 RMS monoblock, because you need to give yourself some breathing room, give the amplifier some breathing room. If you get 1,600 RMS and the subs are actually 800 RMS, what ends up happening is that your amplifier, after you set it, might run at optimum, and the amplifier can get hot. And when it get, like I said, I've repeated this and I'll repeat it again, heat in terms of sound is not your friend. You need to try and keep your entire system as cool as possible, because then if your amplifier stays cool, then it will run better. But if you are pulling all of the power out from the amplifier, the likelihood of it running cool is very low. Even with fans and all of that, you are running the components inside of the amplifier at optimum, and it's basically like redlining a car. It'll drive maybe for 10-15 kilometers, but eventually the engine is going to give up, because like I said, you know, you're redlining it. If you can keep putting water in, the engine will keep redlining. Eventually the metals will, there's a point where it won't be able to hold anymore. So it's always better to get at least 400 RMS above what your speakers are rated at. So if your sub is rated at 1000, try and get 1500. If it's rated at 2000, get 2.5, and so on and so on. Hope that helps. So for today's exercise, which is why I'm kind of early today, is we are going to be coiling the Big Daddy, and then I need to make a coil. Basically, I gotta take the wire off from this one and recoil a coil for the 15-inch that I stripped today. I don't know if you guys saw the picture on my profile there. The video of the stripping of how I took the whole thing apart. The speaker here, I took off the ring was loose anyways, and then the cone, so that's basically stripped, and the former was badly damaged that I've lost about 15 mils off the bottom of the former, and that 50 mils is important to get the ohmage right for the subwoofer, so I have to make a new one. And this here is just a spare that's laying here for this exact moment, and it's basically laying here so that I can show guys what the coil looks like if you're building it. Easier to explain also when, if I can have one of these, just take it and show you what the coil looks like when it goes in and all of that. But this specific former here is what I'm going to be using today to make another coil for this 15. But before we get to this, we need to coil this one. So let's get to that. And just for my safety today, not so safety, for me, I'm basically going to be I'm using my other phone for my live so that I can check you guys' messages while I'm busy coiling here. Wife is busy dealing with baby there in the room, and I know she's not going to be able to sit here because it's so damn cold. This weather is really hectic, man. But I see her walking around up and down. I think maybe she wants some coffee. Yeah. Why is this thing doing this now? Oh man, this is the problem with having two things here. Trying to run two phones at the same time. Ah, there we go. Right, we are in. Let me just put the volume up here so you guys. Scared for what now? Making you scared for what? Well, apparently this weekend it should be a little bit down, so I don't know. Maybe you'll bring the heat from Durban and it won't be so cold when you get here. We can hope for that, Sharan. This is the first water we've come across. I tried to do a double wind in this coil earlier today to see maybe I can get away with a double wind on it, seeing that it's going to be having a power base 30k on it. But yeah, but Sharan, the cold in Durban, the cold in Joburg is not the same, eh? Let's hope this year works. Because I'm pissed if I go down and come back up and then it doesn't read right. I should get at least, because this was a I used a, this coil was a aluminium coil. The height of the coil will be different because of the gauge of the wire. If you're taking off copper wire and putting on copper wire, you can get the gauge correct, but if it's aluminium, the gauge is kind of not the same. Even if you get the gauge exactly the same as what was on there, the impedance that goes through that wire is not the same as what goes through this wire, so your ohmage will be off because of the height. Nah, Sharan, here by us it's not that cold, and we don't have the rain here, so that's probably a bonus that it's not raining. So you can come here, you can bring that 6 degrees, it's fine, but keep the rain there. Don't bring the rain with.
The whole landscape takes on a different aspect. We're wide open here, surrounded by high vantage points. It's going to make fishing considerably more challenging than I expected in a way that I wasn't expecting at all.
The glue is making shit now. I should have just baked it. At least then the glue would have been okay to pull off. But now, I never bake it, so now the glue is causing stuck now. It's winding on top of each other. I just need to get this one right. When I go back up, it will be a lot easier.
This place takes on an even more sinister character. Well, it looks like we're just about here, but I'm not totally sure where here is, but it does sound like there's some serious water over here somewhere. But we're going to have to wait until the morning to see exactly what we're up against.
There we go. Normal speakers to an amplifier, yes, also same story. You always try and give it an overhead so that your amplifier doesn't go take too much heat. And then also when you're connecting it like that, it'll get better better voltage, cleaner voltage. The speakers will play better as well, so you'll get a cleaner sound out of your speakers. How's the convict? Convict at the moment, I'm not doing any Pioneer Champion series anymore. Speakers are a little bit too much of a headache to do, man. If it's not the coil that's an issue when you're stripping it, the coil is an issue when you're baking it, or it's the dust cap. The way the dust cap is set, it's very difficult to clean out, to open up the dust cap without damaging the glue that's on there, and then it ends up looking cuck. So that's the reason why I don't want to do any Champion series. Some of them, where's the thing now? Where's that? Some of them got this type of dust cap. You know, the Champion series with this dust cap, the paint comes off here, and then it looks really shitty when you try and put it back because the color is not the same as black spray when you try and spray it black from the back. So the only option then is to put it on there and spray the whole bloody dust cap black from the outside, not from the inside. Because if you try and close it, do a black from the inside, you gotta color match it, and then that just becomes a nightmare. If it's the one with the plastic dust cap, that one is even worse because that one has got clips. There's glue on it, but there's clips. And once you've taken it out, because it's made from plastic, a lot of times as you're popping it out, the plastic tends to stay there and it breaks off. So the problem then comes in once you close the speaker up again, because you need to take those off in order to put your shims in so that the coil aligns properly, so you don't have any scratchy when the thing plays. And once you put the dust cap back, because of that plastic being in the slot now, the dust cap doesn't glue properly, and then as you're playing, the dust cap flies off, and then the sub looks like cuck again. Darren, connecting 10 or more speakers, I've done that. My advice would be always have a hubbly session before you start, firstly. Secondly, as best as you can, try to connect 4 speakers. Try and get different color wire. So for every 4 speakers you have 1 color wire, and that way you'll be able to track which one is which. And even on the amplifier you'll be able to track which one you've connected onto what channel and so forth. Because the biggest thing I found connecting it like that is the connecting onto the amplifier. Even after it's not so much connecting it to the amplifier, but to trace which speakers, which speaker wire it is. Okay, maybe because of the method in which I used to put it all together is where my issue came. But I decided to flex all my wires, and then I ended up making cut for myself because then I couldn't follow where the wire was, which wire is for what speaker. So I would say just keep every speaker wire separate. Don't flex all them, and maybe for every 4 speakers choose a different color wire. It also makes the system look kind of nicer when all the colors are different. Gives the whole system a nice color, different color. So it's not just so plain and boring black. But again, you can do it in one color. You're just gonna have to mark every single wire that you got. What the hell? Where did you fight to, bro? Over here. Okay. Cool beans. I see you. I see you.
Chernobyl consists of multiple jurisdictions, much like a Russian doll, each layer giving way to the next, and all requiring a new level of emission. For my own safety, I'm restricted to just 1 consecutive days of exposure. This thing's really my guardian angel. This will go everywhere with me. This will read in real time the level of radioactivity around me. If I'm anywhere where the reading's particularly high, it doesn't alarm, it will go off.
Well,
This device also shows me how close
12 channel, that will be home setup. For a car setup, I don't know if there's 12 channel amplifiers out there. But I would say go for at least 2 4-channel amplifiers. That will at least give you the opportunity of wiring up. Because what you initially want to do is you want to take your 4 ohm and wire it up to 8, and 4 ohm wire it up to 8, and then you bring that 2 together. So it'll be 2 4 ohms and 4 ohms that you're going to wire up to 8, and then 2 4 ohms wire up to 8, and then that 4 speakers you're going to wire down to 4 ohms. And then you do the same with the other 4 speakers. You wire them up to 8, and then back down to 4, and then you take the 2 4s, you can put them together and go 2 ohms on the amp, or you can go 4 ohms and 4 ohms. So you got 2 channels, but you've got 8 speakers. That's basically putting 8 speakers on 2 channels on 2 channels on your 4-channel amplifiers. So you've got 8 speakers on there, but again, because you're playing them at 4 ohms, all the speakers are playing at 4 ohms. They'll be reading 4 ohms on the amplifier. It becomes very difficult to, as you go on, it becomes very difficult to track. Well, I'm speaking for me now. It became very difficult for me to track what I was doing. You can go on my page, you'll see, just scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the blue car, and I had about, at one stage I had about 32 mid-range in the car, with the 6x9s and tweeters, and there was 32 speakers for my vocals in the car. And the beauty of it is, the four speakers I have in the car right now plays louder than those 32 speakers. But in all fairness, the 32 speakers was all playing at 4 ohms. One battery in the front and one in the back. Yeah, it should be okay. Preferably, I would say go for 2 batteries in the back and one in the front. But then you need to make sure your alternator is 100% as well, because the alternator is going to be charging that while you're enjoying yourself. Okay, I know I'm going to be covering the camera, but it's because of the lighter problem. I've explained to you guys, my life gets restricted once I use a lighter. Community guidelines and what. So I can't do that on. Yeah, I had 32 for vocals. At the time I was using an audio bank 1600 watt 4 channel and a reference audio 75 by 4 channel. Okay, moment of truth. This should give me something in the 4.5 ohm range. If I don't get that, then the speaker will be done tomorrow. I'm not gonna waste much more time with this thing. Okay. I'll show you guys now.
This isn't because of anything, really dust on the ground or localized hotspot or anything. That's the sound recorder is just going off as well. And the reason this is going off now is because that is the nucleus of the whole place. That's reaction number 4. That is where nearly 30 years ago, 3,000 foot tongue of flame dropping into the air, showering radioactive debris into the surrounding area.
No, that gives me 7.
I don't have much time before I reach my limit.
That gives me 7.
Heavier, more robust gear.
Which means that's not gonna work.
This is my last.
Alright. So that didn't work. But just for reference, that's what the coil looks like. That's giving me 7 ohms. And if I wind it dual wind, I get 2 ohms, which is weird because if I winded it, if it gives me 7 ohms in a single wind, if you dual wind it, it should give you half of that. But it's not giving me half of it. I'm getting 2 ohms, and that's not going to work for the customer setup, so I cannot do that. So this one here, I'm going to have to recheck again. I'm going to have to try a different gauge wire on that one, and right now I don't have the time for that because we got this baby here to do. Yes, Mr. Puppy, 32 speakers for vocals. It was overkill. I didn't need a 32 speaker. I just wanted to put all the speakers that I had on me, that was all working at the time. I just wanted to put all of them in the car. And the biggest thing is, at the time when I was doing it, there was a group of people that were saying, if you recoil your speaker, they don't play the same. And so I took all the speakers that was there, as badly as they were, You put your terminal. I'll give you a show now. You put your multimeter onto the ohms, and on the lowest one, well, yeah, the lowest one, and then this guy is being faulty. Then you take negative. This guy is not burnt. Okay. You take negative, put it into your tensile of the negative, and the positive into the tensile of the positive. Then that will give you the ohmage. Reference audio 12-inch. Etienne, are you talking about the new ones or the older ones? The new ones, I haven't had the opportunity to see the new ones yet. But the older ones, the black ones, yes, I know those ones very well. I used to compete with those ones back in the day when we was competing. I was competing with the... I did once upon a time have that in my car. But I even had the... I've got the 700 RMS one also here. It's laying here somewhere. So this one here... This will give me 5 ohms. This is a one size smaller than the wire that I use now. Yes. Yes, that's the TI basket ones. Yeah, those RAs are that's something else. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this is the other star sound, the one that was fine. Well, the former was damaged but salvageable. We saved this former. Right, so but we need to get the height of the former and the height of the coil. So we'll measure that out so that the other one that I'm going to rebuild is the same as this one. So internally we're looking at 105 on the entire length, and for the coil we're looking at 50. So the coil will be 50 and the entire length is 105. So I need to go down a little bit here because this is 55 and the entire length is 105. Right, so this former is perfect for what I want to do. The only reason why I shoved it in here is so that I can open it up, take this wire off so I can get to the other wire. Oh yes, beautiful woofers and very strong. Sorry Jen, I don't do these type of things. You guys want to do battles and shit. I don't do battles. My battle is when the wire gets stuck in the magnet, then I battle to take it out. But for me to sit here and say, yo guys, please tap the screen. No, I don't do that. I can't do that. Because 90% of the time my focus is here on what I'm doing, so I don't make cuck. Is it? I'm based in Boksburg North in the East Rand, my guy. Get away. Yeah, so I got my laptop back and I'm busy trying out to do editing like other guys do on the YouTube channels and stuff. I'm gonna be trying that same system with this video, hopefully, once it's done. Once I'm done and I upload it to my YouTube, I hope to get I need to write down stuff, man. Okay, so what do I said I needed to make it? 45. I mean 50. Need to make it 50. It's not that much off.
From the soft-spoken person I met in Lagoon to a gruff-voiced oracle.
We're not that much off. Yeah, but
I have one concern. I never expected a giant ray to be my target. This rod might not be up to the job. Very thin, man slides out of fire. But a giant stingray, its flat body to attach itself to the bottom. It's like lifting a sunken boat rather than a fish.
let's do it. Alright, let's clean this guy off. Yeah, it's a bit rough. So let's take the blade. This one was baked, so I can scrape off the glue lacquer. Fairly easy off this. I've explained this before. You take the glue, when you remove the wire, glue gets put down and the wire gets laid down, and what tends to happen is once you've baked it, the glue then goes within the wire and it creates a little bit of a groove where the wire sits, and when you remove the wire, it leaves that little bit of a lip basically on here. And what happens is when you try to coil and you're using a slightly thicker wire or thinner wire, chances are as you're coiling, one spot of that, if you don't clean this, the wire will end up sitting on one of those grooves, and then it either raises it or it falls off and it creates a slight gap, and then there's gaps within the coil. And gapping in the coil, you don't want that, because when the customer goes and plays and the speaker comes back, if you left a gap in the coil, you won't know if that's your gap you left in the coil or if that's the customer having played the system and clipping, because clipping does that. It creates so much heat in the coil that the coil starts to fall off or it breaks apart. So you try and clean all of the excess glue off, so when you put new glue, the wire sits nice and flush onto the former. Alright.
But now there's more strain on both me and the rod.
Then you just run your hand over there, you feel it, make sure everything is hunky-dory. If it's all good,
But in this titanic struggle, something has to give.
come on now, give me my stuff. Yeah, give it to me.
The rod snapped, but the line didn't.
Yeah, I want to use it now. Yeah, you see, everybody comes on here and then they tell you, hey man, you should go live now. You should use your flare. No, don't tell me when I must buy on my live. I call my live when I want to call my live, and I want to use my flare when I want to use it. But you guys don't want me to use the flare. That's why I don't bother using flares anymore. To get new people, I don't even ask the guys to share the live or anything, because if you want to watch, you'll watch, bro. I'm gonna do this either way, whether you share the live, whether I get a flare and use a flare, I'm still gonna do this anyway. So it's not gonna phase me either way, you know. Alrighty then. So this is building up a coil from building up a speaker from scratch. This is not how they do it in the factory. They've got machines that makes the coils that ends up making the coil look like this, and then they put this inside with the shims, and they put the spider over there and they glue it. They turn him around, they glue underneath. Well, you guys, if you stick around, you'll see the whole process. Done by hand, not by machine. Oh snap! I'm so I start to do that. I didn't even check that the stuff is right here, and it's not. This guy needs to go in from this side. There we go. There we go.
There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. There's clearly something big out there, but I'm getting ever closer to my radiation limit. The only option is to assist on the channel in the hope that losing that fish hasn't spooked any others nearby.
What? Here we go. This one will take a bit longer because I don't have anything to hold here to basically spin it. So it will take a while longer than usual.
Finally holding the biological black box I've been searching for. I may have caught it bigger, but never a fish as extraordinary or significant as this. To interest research, normal size for its age. Its stunted flesh harboring 16 times the usual level of radiation. So I came to Ukraine to investigate stories of a fearsome water monster living in a remote rural corner of the country, only to find it was long gone. A victim, as is so often the case everywhere, of relentless human progress. So how strange the Russia found fish here, the size of the world's worst.
I think I should do one coil and then try and glue this guy onto the spiders so that I can have something to use to turn this guy.
Finally, Daniel thinks I'm ready to go into battle. After got on to somewhat daunted with the prospect of being attached to this fish, I actually have to set the hook using my hand. The rope doesn't have enough power. And then when it takes off, I'm actually hanging onto that line as well to provide resistance. That's why I need a second layer of skin.
And well, I should just keep going. Fine if it takes a while. Woo, maar het maakt een man moog, man. And the funny part is with this bloody glue, if you don't work fast enough, it loses its stickiness and then the wire is just basically laying loose. That's why you gotta bake it so that it liquefies itself again. I'm wondering if I shouldn't have put another piece of paper on here. Well, we shall find that out once we've done the whole thing. I might have to recoil this thing. I doubt I have to because I'm using the same amount of paper I used on the other coil. So it shouldn't give me any issues, but the problem is this one here, this former is not exactly the same as the other one. I might have been a millimeter or so out on the folding over of the cup. So instead of having it that much of a gap, it's got that much of a gap, and when it bakes, it's gonna do that and might end up doing that. And if it does that, I'm in cut because then it creates a slightly bigger space when it goes into the magnet, and then it's definitely gonna rub. So if that is what's gonna happen, then I'm gonna have to recoil it. I really hope that's not the case, but we are here already, so might as well just carry on with it. It's a waste either way, you know. It's a waste the other way if I take this wire off now and cut that and then start over again, and it's a waste if I continue and it does that. But I do have a couple of tricks up my sleeve. Let me just check. Yeah, no, they're still there. The tricks are still there, so I will check it out if that be the case and that's what happens, because while I'm coiling here I can already see how the thing is starting to close up. Maybe I must rectify it before I bake it, but then the danger is once you take the jig out, it might not go back in again. So I think we'll just leave everything as it is. It's like we're jumping the gun here, and we don't do that. We don't do jumping here. Oh, does he jumpers nie? Oh, do nie jumping in. Okay. Yo man, seriously, you need to oil or something. You need oil, you need grease, Vaseline or what? Why are you making squeaky squeaky here? Yeah, it is you there. Okay, I'll screw you in just now. Because you're very annoying. Bloody well annoying. Okie we are at the end of bottom coil. 2 Targa Streets, 12, 650 each. Next one. My WhatsApp number is on my bio. You can send me a WhatsApp. I'll send you the details.
There was no evidence of piranha bites on the victim's body. But they are only visual me of potential suspects. I have an idea of what I think. All I remember is save the last of my bed and try after dark. Far as we might be less accurate. If a shark does take the bait, the only clue will be a movement of the rock top that doesn't fit with the movement of the boat. But there's no predicting when one might strike.
Okay.
After 2 hours,
Woo, before I start with that one, I have to have some vanilla Coke.
that's almost a mile and a half of line, carrying 20 pounds of metal weight, reeled in by hand. My whole arm is buried. Right, that's why we have to check the boat's doing because
Right.
there's a possibility of shark is there, but I mean that's not a very effective appetizing bait. So that's why I spent 25 minutes bringing them up to have a look.
Here we go.
All the hooks had to be rebaited. The lines reset 2,000 feet below.
I saw you going there.
Every line
It just didn't look right, and yet I carried on.
begins again.
There we go. There we go. Nice. It's better if it's down.
The harness should stop the rod being wrenched from my hands by a heavyweight giant. Before I can bring the beast on the end of the line. The fish will become tangled and trapped beneath the boat. This bizarre creature that you explore was first described near the Coil. That was an extremely rare sight of the surface. The fantastical imagination of the moving mapmakers makes it not tame compared with the reality of what's down there. Very rare as well. Apparently, they're saying 4 of these caught on one line before. So you've got to remember that this example, these things don't come to the light very often at all. Frederick works with the scientists at Coil University who collects all the data from his catches of sharks and swans. Is the right colour for the pistol I want?
This has got to be the most annoying thing that you do, TikTok. So you switch me off. I'm busy coiling here, so I can't look at this damn thing.
Rogers told me that some of the predatory fish here are incredibly ancient too. Which some Native Americans call
And now all of a sudden my light is gone off.
It's going to be a challenge to get there.
I don't know why this live is ending. So much just like that, it just end. If I didn't have this one here on, I wouldn't have known the live ended. Jeez, man. That's somewhat ridiculous. I'm then busy here on my thing here. Why did the live end? That's just stupid. It must have asked for that puzzle thing again. and I never looked at the puzzle, and I never did the puzzle, and then it switched off. I knew you were doing something funny. Oh. Oh, damn it. Hey. A wire jig just went and jumped off the rails there. Sorry guys, if you were on the live and it went off, I'm not sure what happened there, why did it switch off. Like I say, that's probably one of those puzzle things that I was supposed to do within 5 minutes, and I was busy looking here, focusing on here, and I didn't see the puzzle thing behind me. That's why it switched off. Alright, and that's coil number 1 done. As we follow their migratory path, I can't resist dropping a line in to see for myself what kind of fish Pacific lamprey might feed on. I cast out 2 lures, each one entered in a local spot. Okay. So before we do the second coil, we're gonna have, yes, plain, it has to be enameled copper. That's why I gotta use my blowtorch to take the enamel off. And then we can test it and see what the ohmage. I should get 4.5. No? This one should be 5. Alright, just to lock it in so it doesn't come off. Go. There we go. Right, let us get my thing here and test it. We'll go to the side because I don't want to put a tired fish back into the mouth of the car. I want to give it a chance to recover in the quieter water here at the side. Alright, Mr. Bombastic. Alrighty then. I got that guy. Like I said, 4.5 to 5 is what we're looking at here. Hey. This wind actually coming under the bridge is really making safe application difficult. The lights of flyers is getting lined up. I want to get in right at the bottom of that waterfall. 5. Putting on the very heavy metal head. All I want to do is Yep, on the button. 5 on the button. So it'll be 5 here, 5 on the other side, and then 2.5, 2.5. Alright. It's as close to original as I'm gonna get it. In order for the coil to be the height that it is, I'd have to make it smaller to get it to be 4, and that's not gonna happen. We don't want a shorter coil, we need the coil to be the same height so that there's enough wire on there. Plus my brother's going to be running a 30K, so there's enough power to run it. Okay. And guys, just so you'll know, this is not the glue that I use. This is the glue I use to put to close up the spiders and the cones, the dust caps and that. The glue that's inside here is not the same as this glue. So please don't look at this and think, ah, there we go, now we know what glue to use. It's not the same. Now I have to keep looking at the damn screen to make sure the puzzle don't come again. Guys, my WhatsApp number is on my bio, and my YouTube channel link is also in my bio. If you guys want to go check that out. Ay, ay, ay. The wire got locked up in here. Damn it, man. Okay, untangled. That could have been disastrous. Wire got tangled up on my jig. We are going to the end, which we are already at. Alrighty then. Okay, this one here doesn't need as much because then it seeps out when you're baking it and the coil doesn't look so lacquer. Okay, hopefully we are done using the glue for the night. There we go, sorted out. I think maybe you guys should come a little bit closer. This process only takes long because there's nothing to grip onto when you're doing this coiling. But when the speaker is still intact, It's not that hard. I can go at a lot more speed than this, but I like this way as well. You know, it gives you a sense of you feeling what you're doing. Kinda enjoy it this way. More control than with the machine. When I use the drill on this here to do the coiling, it's done in such a quick time, and it makes me feel like I didn't really do the job. You know, the machine did it. And if you guys are wondering why I'm so against machines, I only got one word for you: Terminator. We are almost there, and then we can do the baking. Once the baking is complete, then we test it in the basket, and then we assemble the spiders and the cone. Yeah, boy. Easy last draaitjie. Kom hier, kom hier, kom hier, kom hier, kom hier. Ja, dat is Dizzy. It's done. So pretty. Look how so nice. Azzy. And we lock him in with this one. Like so. Like this. Like that. Yeah, let me do the stripping of the wire quickly here. Alright. There's one done. Hey. And there you have it. Newly coiled coil. It's so pretty. All done. Right, so now the baking process will begin. Let's start this over here. And this over here. Awe Nara. Alright, going over to the bake station. Right. What is the time? $7:32. Alright, it's 7:32 now. We need to monitor that boyki. Right. I say, it's getting hot. She's getting hot. Holy crap. The amount of sawdust that's in this speaker. That is scary. Okay, while he is busy baking, let us clean this guy. Ooh. I don't know if you guys can see this. That's the dust we have in it right now. And we shall get the cleaning. Either my live ended earlier because of the puzzle thing that came on, or no, it can't be. I'll just get censored. If it was, it has to be the puzzle thing that kicked me out. Because it went, how's it now? Nah, I never go for that show. It was wifey's last day at home, so I decided to rather stay at home with her. She's gone back to work today. Well, yesterday. So I decided instead of going for the show, again, I'm not competing, so if I go for the show, I'm just gonna be there to show my pretty face, and I'm like, nah, ain't nobody wanna see that. But if you stay at home, there's somebody at home that don't mind seeing it, so I stay at home. Whew. The amount of aluminium burn that was on the speaker, not even funny. Yeah, it's taking heat now. Where are we sitting at? 7:36, so that's 4 minutes. We need at least 12 minutes. So it was 7:32, so 7:44. Then we can take that one off baking. Good. Right, and there you go. I don't know if you could see the difference, but anyways, that's him there. Yeah, so I got good news. Tomorrow I'm gonna get a battery. At least getting new battery tomorrow. So hopefully that'll work. That'll help us. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Because I put the 18 back in the car again. So now I'm enjoying some good bass. And even though it sounds louder, that's probably just because I've had the 10-inch in there and the 12-inch and then the 15. Hello. Woo. Cuckoo. Alright, so the inside of that is cleaned. We got our shims here. Yeah, I'm busy baking the new former, Mr. Navi. 4 minutes and then the baking should be done. Let me check this. Yeah, in about 4 minutes we should be ready. Okay. Let's see the spider. Okay, we'll do that in a moment. Let's check the cone out. Okay. $7:42. 2 minutes. Then we can take him off baking, and then we can. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for it to cool down. So then, yeah, then we can sort that out. So finally got my laptop sorted out, and I did my first video on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. Yeah, not the Targa comp, the RA comp. I put back on the other 18. How's it, Giano? The Bluetooth speaker boxes, usually when they stop playing, it's those PC boards inside the Bluetooth thing. That's usually goes. That's like the resistors or the ICs or one of those things that goes. A lot of times it's not really the speaker itself. It's only those things that go. I don't touch those boards. $7.44. Okay, baking is done. Woo, I didn't think about that now, did I? There you go. Coil is done. Yeah, I'm gonna get a temperature gun so I can show you guys what the coil bakes at, and then you can see how hot the coil is after I baked it. This at the moment is about 200-250 degrees. When you leave it longer to bake, if I bake it for say another 10 minutes or so, the temperature goes up, and I'm baking it at a low voltage at 12.8 volts, so it's slow. If I bake it at 14, then you need about maybe 3-4 minutes, and then you gotta take it off, because then the heat is sitting closer to 500 degrees. So we bake it slow so that the heat disperses evenly and gradually. You don't want it to spike. Right. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay. We need to create some distance. Alright, so if we got that out, here's the coil. All done. Yeah, boy.
Daddy,
You don't want to talk about sensitivity?
Daddy,
Yeah.
I'm going to make mine.
check the speed in which his bra goes down. Yes. Okay, so we're looking at somewhere there. Okay, let us all cool down a bit. What you talking about?
I'm going to put the blanket on top of my mattress.
You're going to do what?
I'm going to make my mattress with a ball.
No, don't make no mattresses here now. You need to go lay on your bed. You can't take the mattress out now. You're gonna throw out all the water there with your paint and everything. And I will help you, but the thing is I'm busy here now. So I can't come there and come help you now. I'm busy working here. Ask mommy, maybe she can come and help you. Oh God, there she's crying. Aye. No. No. There's no crying now. Go sleep. You're tired. Okay. Right. So did you tell daddy why you crying? Alright, so now, oh sorry, this goes in there, like so. Sy wil die tyd van die aand nou haar mattress mooi maak. I'm going to make my mattress beautiful. Yeah, this is why we were busy with this. Taking all of these things off earlier and trying to take off as much of the glue as possible so that this don't happen, but it happened anyways. Here we go. So what we do is we have to now skirpot him off. Because some of the glue is still sitting and doesn't wanna let go of the past, you know. It's fine. We will help it along. Right, here we go again. Okay, so put this guy here, this guy here. I really hope they don't gonna bloody well ban me because of this. Okay. All right. So back to the live. What I do here now is I open up this This is almost how they do it in the factory, almost. But not quite. Alright, so now this will go on to here. Where's you at? Alright, that goes over there. This black comes over here. Right, next. Alrighty there. That's that there. On there, and just for the fun of it, let us check if the tinsels, obviously you gotta solder it, which I'm gonna do now. I just want to put that quickly and show you guys. Yeah, okay, it's not reading right, but I'm getting 1 point what watts. No, let's solder it. How much is it to do this? Though depends on the speaker, eh? I need to check that All of this is 100%. Oh yeah, sorry. I can check underneath here. That looks fine. And just to make 100% sure, we got some clearance on the top here. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, that's gonna go down. So that'll be good. Right. That is good. So let us solder this bra so you can read lekker on the goetertjies. And you want to do all of these things while you never glue anything down, because if you glue, once you glue bra, it's done. No, I don't do car amplifiers. Yes.
At this point in time, I want to get warm blankets for all the beds in this house.
Okay, yeah.
Because this winter is getting colder.
Oh, is it?
I've been warming up that water bottles for the last 2 hours constantly.
Maybe if you stay in the bed.
I am in the bed. I need the toilet. I'm
Maybe you should put on more clothes. I forgive you. You don't have to wear the lingerie tonight. You can just wear normal clothing. Put on the normal pajamas. You don't have to. I give you permission. I give you permission to wear normal pajamas. Give you permission. You can wear normal PJs. 12 inch is 650 to repair. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is the whole process that you need to that'll go through, but the only reason why this had to happen was because the former was so badly damaged that I had to remove it and rebuild the speaker. But majority of the time what I try and do is I try and keep the speaker intact as I possibly can, so to avoid all of this, because it's a little bit of a situation to dollar this thing. It's not lekker to do this work as it is like this here. It's very annoying because you gotta open it up and all of the whole, it's very frustrating to dollar. So I try my best to keep everything intact. Clean off the old wire, the old glue and everything, so I don't have to do this every single time. And to get this aluminium sheeting, it's very difficult. I've been trying places here in Joburg. It's not so easy, and the people I used to get it from in Cape Town are faulty now, so I can't get it from them anymore. I'm in Joburg in the East Rand, so now I'm stuck with trying to organize it. But like I said, here in Josie's, there is places that got it. It's just I have not yet been able to locate them. Okay, it says it's done. Okay, I think that's it over there. Okay, let's do the test again. We should get a healthy 5. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, we'll test it again once the let the push terminals goes back on again. Then we'll test it again, just to make sure. Okay, the terminal is giving us a reading of 5.3. 5.2, 5.3. This one is not giving us a reading, which means somewhere someone is not connected. Yeah, it never soldered onto the thing. This one is giving us 4.9, right? So the solder is not on the top, the solder is at the bottom. Okie dokie. Ons sal hom nou vas soldeer, ons sal hom bophadien. We shall Popeye it. Yeah, see, I knew it. Here comes the fucking thing. This puzzle bastard thing is the one that dropped me just now. They kicked me out of my life because you gotta put that puzzle shit there. Yeah, there we go. Yep, same as the other side. Alright. That is perfect. So now we're going to put these guys to the side. And then We are going to glue them. This process is kind of important because if you don't put some kind of glue over it, what happens, your solder, once the speaker gets hot, the solder gets soft and the wire pulls loose from the connection, and if that happens, then there's no more contact, and we all know what happens when that happens. When there's no contact, she stopped playing. Okay, now we can glue the spider. You come with me. We glue the spider onto the former. There we go. The spider is glued onto the former. Ah, no. Okay. Right, so that part is done. Now we flipperazes him so we can glue this piece. But before we dollar this piece, the bottom here, what we are going to do is some of the paper got stuck here on this corner here. We don't want that. We need it to be smooth sailing. Right, so we're going to take some of this paper and we're going to mark it off here, and then we're going to glue that bliksem on there. Okay, yes my love. Mommy's being faulty again. Okay, show them my baby. Show them my pumpkins. Right. Then we glue woozy him. Oh no, before we glue him down, we got to make sure it's the right size firstly. Yes, that's fine. But I need to make sure that it goes all the way around and that we stop him where we need to stop him. There. Alright, then we put the glue. You gotta do this process first before you do the other glue process, because then this here will get stuck on that, and that glue is a little bit shitty if it gets stuck there. So we coil this glue first, put this paper down, and while this paper is down here, and so that when we put that glue on, the super glue, then it will basically bind this paper as well to the super glue. Okay. There you go. So now we can put some glue down here, because we are ready to close the woofer up. Alright. Okie dokie. Just find ourselves all of these screws. Ah, one more thing we forgot. Forgot this bra. And for this bra, we're going to put another layer of glue here, just so bra don't have to come loose, because he was already popping loose for no good reason. So we just put a little bit of glue there, so that when he does go on and we pop him, he don't give us too much cut. Okay, let us see. Where is our watch? Is this not from the... Nah, see, this is the wrong one. This is from the... Yeah, that's not the right one. That's from the other one. Oh shit. He didn't bring that screws with. Well, let's see here. No, it's not this one either. These are too long. That's the reason why you don't open up the speakers and bring the speakers open, because now the screws for this guy here is not here. So I'm going to have to improvise and find other screws that will fit in there that might now not be the same size and what, and it becomes a nightmare. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, it's him. Okay, so I've got a second one here that might work. I doubt it though. Ah, okay. He goes in. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to find more. I need 3 more. Give me 3 more. No, that's the short one. I need 2 more. Okay. Go. Need 1 more. Right. Guys, when you send your speakers in and you feel like you want to open it up yourself, no problem. Just make sure you send all of the parts with. Might not be as lucky as this dude was, that I had at least 4 of these things to hold the spider pack down. Right, so that's in. All of that's in. Kidoki. So now, last but not least, we got this boy. Okay.
something that I was necessarily planning on the possibility of happening. And I know that the whole landscape takes a lot of the landscape for a while over the years from my point. This was my after this when you also got that direct management quite regularly. This is probably not a lot of those things that talk about it. So pushing the hands.
Okay. Hij is klaar mee, bro. For 2 Targa Street 12 Nash 1. I told you, brother, 650 each. Okay. You were earlier in the live, you asked the same question. Okay, now comes the beautiful part. Go. I have to spray there because the slit is there right in the corner there, and if this bra decides to slippy in there, like I said, this glue is magnetic, so if it goes within that space there, it's gonna go right down and it'll get stuck in the center. How's it, Pixie? Alright, so that's done there. And last but not least, we do the top. The surroundy roundy. There we go. Ahí está eso. Now ordinarily, because your speaker has those screws, what that screws does is it aligns the coil to be in a specific spot. So you kind of don't need to put the shims in there, but I like to be diligent and I leave it there overnight anyways, just to make 100% sure that it doesn't move. Because once I pick it up and I start moving it, the coil does move because of airflow. Man, the whole science thing, like Bill Nye was teaching us when we were back in school, you know, primary school and stuff. Bill Nye, the science guy, he used to talk about all these things, air, wind resistance, and what. If you never pay attention, he's on YouTube. And so am I. My YouTube channel is on my bio. Right, check it out. I did my first video on my laptop today. I edited my first video on the laptop today. So the transitioning of my intro into the video is a little bit shady, but baby steps. I'm getting there. So guys, if you are new here and you just joined, this entire process of the speaker will be on my YouTube channel tonight. You can check it out. I basically coiled the coil from start. The cone was separate, the spiders were separate. I built basically a new coil from beginning. Obviously the baking process I can't show you guys because I get kicked off. Hakim, yes I do. So yeah, if you guys want to watch how I built the speaker from the ground up, you can check it later tonight on my YouTube channel. It will be up there. Let me see. It's gonna take a while because I gotta download it off of my TikTok first. So let's say tomorrow. Let's rather leave it for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when you wake up and you take your morning, your morning session in the other house. You guys know what house I'm talking about. And you can via my YouTube channel. The link of my YouTube channel is in my bio. And you can watch the whole process of building up the sub from the start till the end. And if you want to, you can check what the woofer looked like before it's on the build up anyways. You can check the build up of this. You can also see how I stripped the speaker completely. What the coil looked like on it and what it looks like now. So the entire process from the bottom all the way up. The Pioneer, he's laying here. Disappointing, man. In the car it was, but then again, yeah, I was listening to big stuff, you know what I mean, so it's understandable why it didn't really do anything for me. Alright, so he's done. Let us just close up his bra. His friendly friend. So both of them is done. Oh no, we can't do friendly friend because friendly friend needs tensile wire. Friendly friend needs tensile wire. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. I need to replace the tensile wire on friendly friend here. As you guys can see, tensile wire is not so lekker, and have to reattach the spiders to the former. So yeah, we shall do that tomorrow. I'm trying to keep to the schedule of what I said I will have to do on my lives. Flex on the Pioneers, not so much, eh? Wait, let me just set this up quickly for you. I'll give you a little bit of a demo. Oop-a-daisy, oop-a-daisy. Oop-a-daisy, oop-a-daisy. So, we're going to be joining speaker wires. Oop-a-daisy, oop-a-daisy. Ah, we didn't have this. Oh no, I must took a piece off from here to put onto there. Yay! That can just cause big shit there. Alright, let's tape up the one. There we go. Alright, Mr. Noe. Here we go. I wish I could raise it up a little bit more, but unfortunately I'll bring you down to his level. Yeah, man. That is the Pioneer. The Targa. Bit easy. Alright, so the deal with this Targa is I've given the guy the whole rundown of what and what. But if he gives me long stories and they don't come back to me, and this Targa is gonna be for sale. He's got till end of the month. Alrighty then. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I know, Mr. Noe, you want that one. So if he comes with his stories and what, and he don't pay me my money, that's what'll happen. Me for the thing. We can't want to be doing work here for no reason. I don't have 215s, my guy. I can probably build up only. I've got 115 here. Street 15-inch. I've got one street 15-inch here for sale for 800 bucks. But this one got a twist. You see street, but that's the twist. It's got a venom magnet. Now I don't have another 15-inch street. I don't have another 15-inch street cone. I don't think I do. No, that's my 18. I've got another 15-inch cone that I can use, but it's not a street one, it's a venom one. That I can take the cone off and rebuild it up to be a street one like this, and put a venom magnet also on another street. But yeah, if you're gonna tell me, yeah, I want it, send send message to WhatsApp number so I can send you bank details and you can put the money there, then I know you're serious. because me, I go there by Lamborghini once every month, and I tell them, yeah, I want it, yeah, I want it. And then I go to Porsche, tell them, I want it, I want it. So we can all want, but if we don't have the money, we can't do nothing. So yeah, don't forget, you can go check you'll be able to see this whole process of the speaker from start to finish on my YouTube channel. I say rather tomorrow because it's basically almost 9 o'clock now. So I'm gonna download it from here. Then I've gotta edit because I've gotta join the first part of the live, because somehow I was busy coiling and the phone was behind me and I didn't see the bloody well puzzle thing come, and then I didn't do the puzzle thing, and then my live got cut. No, Kutleho, depends. No, I just put that because I wanted to see what. Look, the street magnet on its own is already, it's strong. The woofer 50. Look, man, the bigger the speaker goes, you don't need to put massive motor force. Especially again, if you guys are not going to compete and go for world records and that, then it doesn't really matter how big the magnet is and how strong the magnet is. As long as it's strong enough to make the windows rattle, the doors flex, you know, it must at least make the Nyatsi feel lekker when she's sitting in the car. And this will do that. Big cone area doesn't really need big magnets because the cone area is big. But again, if you want to do competitions or you want to flex your nuts while you're driving, then you're going to need some motor force. But then motor force comes with other issues. You need to then upgrade the cabling in your car. You got to upgrade the amplifier. You got to upgrade the battery power. You got to upgrade the alternator power. It comes with a lot of stuff. So if you got a smaller magnet, you don't need all of that. That's why I'm looking for two 15-inch Venom magnets, because I'm thinking I don't know, I'm not sure if the 15-inch Apocalypse in the Star Sound range will have the same magnet holes. Where's my 18? See, the Venoms, I know these holes here, they align. These holes here align with the Venom holes. So if I can get 15-inch Venoms, the magnets, then I can run both my 18s in the car. It's the name brand of a speaker. The 12s don't fit. The 12s, they don't line up. This is too big. This basically, when you put this on top of a 12-inch magnet, then this here is no, not what it, I don't care about the coils. I don't worry with the coils. My concern is that this here needs to be the same, because then it means that these holes here will line up the same. The issue I've got is that this here needs to fit on there, and I need to bolt in. And where? So if they're the same size, then I need either two 15-inch Venom magnets or two 15-inch Apocalypse magnets. I don't know if I'm willing to spend, but look, you know, I was sourcing and from the States, and the magnets, to get them from there to here, the magnets are not that expensive in terms of price wise, but the courier to get them here, delivery cost is 5 times the amount of what it's gonna cost for the magnet. So that's a definite no. It's way cheaper to just buy 2 brand new subs out of the box. The reason why I just need the magnets, I'm gonna take all of this off. I just need the magnets. I don't need the soft parts. What I will, no, they won't sell me just the magnets. They won't sell just the magnets. If anything, they'll sell you the soft parts. But the magnets, that's something you're not gonna get now. And the thing is, again, I'm not building this here to go and compete or anything. I have always wanted to run 18s in my car. So I am just to run both the 18s in the car, and I've got 2 options. Number one is to get 2 magnets of the same type that these baskets will fit onto, and then I can build one box, put both 18s in, 100% done. The other option, yeah, Mr. Poch, you're gonna have to DM me that brother discount so I can what do you call it? So I can get approval from the Minister of Defense. I mean, sorry, from Minister of Finance. It turns into the Minister of Defense when I go and do things without the approval of Minister of Finance. If the Finance Minister says alright, then at least I know the Minister of Defense won't dollar me. So yeah, so if I can get 2 magnets, look, what I'm going to end up doing is I've got 2 magnets here that I'm basically using already for these ones. So I'll take the tops off, whichever one it is, either the Venom or the Apocalypse. I'm going to take the whole top piece off and I'll just drop it onto those magnets. So it'll be two separate subs. The scary option is to buy another Star Sound 22K Raptor and then build 2 separate boxes for the 18s and put them in, but then you gotta gain match the subs, the amps, and I don't have the brain. I got the brain, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the equipment to do gain matching on both amplifiers to get both subs to play right. Personally, I feel like my mind, when I say it in my mind, even if I say it aloud, it just sounds like so complicated, and it's scary because why? It's when we listen, bruh, at a certain level, after 100 dBs, everything sounds right. Yeah, but the problem is you match for the first ear and then it's like, okay, yeah, he's there, but then this ear is now deaf because you hit him hard. Then you go to the second sub, by the time you come there to gain match him, the ear's already deaf, so you're turning more and more and more and more because you can't hear focus. The first one already blew the eardrum and say more. So it's a bit dangerous to dollar like that. But now, like, again, I think it may be just I would just feel a lot. Bottom line is you have to be comfortable with your system, right? You must be able to jump in a car, put a radio on, turn the volume up, and just enjoy yourself. If I have to put another amplifier and run both subs on in different boxes, I'm gonna constantly be stressing about the voltage, and I don't want to do all of that. It's just, when I think about it, it gives me a fucking headache. So I think I'd rather just leave it that way and try and get the same magnets for the subs. So if I can get the same magnets for the subs, then 100% I'm in the game. Then I don't stress too much, because then I know 100% all I gotta do is build a box, one big box. Well, there's a specific design I got for the 218s. Gooi him in the car. Got one amplifier that's gonna run both of them. I don't have to turn the amplifier high because I'm running both of the subs at 2 ohms. I don't need to run it at 1 ohm, 1 ohm. I can run it at 2 ohms. 2 ohms right now with one of them is hell of a lekker. It's so nice. But I know for a fact if I can put both of them in at 2 ohms, it's going to be so windy in there. I'm going to enjoy. Oh man, I can feel it. Oh, the wind is so amazing. Oh, summer will be a breeze. Oh. But anyways, yeah, that's where I'm going with the whole gedachtes. Yeah, so if you guys want to watch the whole process of my build up today, I've got a preview video basically. Thanks my guy, I'll give you a buzz. You can check on my YouTube channel. You'll be able to see the whole build up, the breakdown of the speaker, and then the rebuild of it. I think maybe around about 10:30 or so the video should be up tonight. So if you one of those midnight owl guys like me, around 10:30 you'll be able to watch the live. If not, and you are early bird, then like I said, when you go into that small house and you can have a session in the morning, then yeah. Mr. Potch, don't stress me bro, don't stress too much. Inshallah my white car will be done, you know, but most likely before the end of the month or so, you know. I don't know when, I don't want to say when, I don't know when, but it's basically in the process of being done. So as soon as it's done, my bro, then I'd love to say this weekend, but even if it is this weekend, I still won't be able to come now. But either way, the car will be sharp, and then I'll make a trip that side by you. So then we can have a sit down. You can take me for a spin in your Bajaj, and that go-kart, the Renault boys. The Renault boys will be together. I park my big fat ass next to your small skinny ass, you know, and we can just blow a little bit, have a conversation. Maybe we'll take a drive there by our other bra from that car, see, and we go see. But that's it my guys, let me buy. I got some span to finish, and then we can have a conversation tomorrow. We have to put the utensils on this one here, and then we'll see what it is. Maar until then, flat, because my story is no 8.